Set for release in theaters on HBO Max on April 16th, Mortal Kombat 2021 has been a long time coming. The latest Mortal Kombat movie reboots the story that hooked audiences in the classic 90s arcade game. Today, we're providing juicy insight and running through all the facts you need to know about the hotly anticipated Mortal Kombat movie. Trust us, this film will have been worth the wait. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. First of all, the 2021 adaptation from Simon McCoy will be the fifth Mortal Kombat movie to arrive on our screens. When the fantasy-themed fighting game Mortal Kombat launched in 1992, who would have thought it would spur such a long-lasting and well-loved media franchise? The 2021 installment is the third in a line of theatrical movies following the 1995 original and its 1997 sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The classic graphics of the video game have also gifted themselves to two animated movies, Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins in 1995 and Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge in 2020. The fighting franchise is regarded as one of the most successful of all time, with video game sales of more than $54 million. Its popularity has launched a series of comic books, television shows, and of course, films. Despite the solid achievements of the arcade games, each film has had varying degrees of success and critical response. The 2020 animated chapter even went direct to video. Relax and join us in this video as we take a deeper look at how the 2021 film differs from its predecessors. Secondly, the 2021 movie is very much a reboot, not a continuation of previous films. Director Simon McCoy is keen to make his mark on this new chapter of the franchise. He is best known for shooting commercials, so has a big project on his hands. While McCoy's adaptation looks to remain faithful to the source material, the movie does throw in some original curveballs. McCoy seems to have formulated a plan to please both hardcore Mortal Kombat fans and bright-eyed newcomers to the series. He told Cinema Blend that he wanted every character to have their introduction. What that does is it's allowing the fans to love that because of their character, but also an audience to understand, oh, that character is born of this. The last Mortal Kombat film to land in cinemas was Annihilation, with that epic fight scene. For now, the fate of Dragon Liu Kang and Hydra Shao Kahn takes a back seat, as this movie is not connected to those that have come before. The good news, we are introduced to a brand new character. In 1995 Mortal Kombat movie featured only one major character that was not in the original game, Kitana. The rest of the action focused on established characters that the audience knew and loved, or hated. In stark contrast, Mortal Kombat 2021 will be bringing into the mix characters like Jax, Mileena, and Cabal. Jax and Mileena debuted in Mortal Kombat 2, and we first saw Cabal in Mortal Kombat 3. Newcomer Cole Young, played by British actor Lewis Tan, is a failing MMA fighter searching for a purpose. Cole Young has a strange dragon-shaped birthmark. This birthmark so happens to be the symbol of an ancient martial arts tournament. Tan is a professional kickboxer and Muay Thai fighter, so we are promised some classic Mortal Kombat stunts. Bringing in an original character opens up endless possibilities for Mortal Kombat's realms. Remember that Annihilation only covered the action as far as Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. The franchise storyline has expanded a lot since then, so you can expect the new movie to be full of twists and turns. Next, Mortal Kombat 2021 has a carefully considered cast. The film's director has featured in interviews explaining his desire to do the movie justice for the franchise's dedicated fans. In order to deliver an authentic story, Simon McCoy has placed an importance on sourcing a diverse cast. In a refreshing turn of events, the film has placed accurate representation above big names that might pull in more crowds. Todd Garner, producing, wanted to avoid the mistake made in 1995 Mortal Kombat adaptation, where white actors were cast to play Sub-Zero and Raiden characters. The focus on diversity has paid dividends, as it has resulted in an altogether more precise and realistic movie. Ludi Lin, who takes on the role of Liu Kang, has praised Simon McCoy as being uncommonly sensitive and interested in learning about other cultures. He explains how the feeling of sensitivity flowed throughout the set. Everyone feels it, and it feels right. Next up, you'll be pleased to hear we are promised some pretty impressive fight scenes in true Mortal Kombat fashion. Mortal Kombat is known for its deadly high kicks and decapitations. The new movie is no different. Louis Tan reported that the fatalities are actually quite gruesome and had him feeling sick on set. We're sorry for his nausea, but hyped to see some signature Mortal Kombat moves. When director Simon McQuoid first met stunt coordinator Kyle Gardner and Jade Amantia, he told them that we have to make the best fight scenes that have ever been on film. No pressure. Now there's a guy who knows what he wants. Such a task, of course, a lot of pressure. But we hear that the whole cast and crew were more than up for the challenge. This latest Mortal Kombat offering will place an emphasis on martial arts rather than action. To make the fight scenes super authentic, McQuoid has made sure to shoot the sequences in flowing, long, wide takes that put the spotlight on the clean choreography. Below, we'll look at how the gruesome fight scenes earned the movie its R rating. Our next must-know is that the film is so gruesome and gory, it has been stamped with an R rating. Next up, let's look at the age rating of the movie. This is the second in the Mortal Kombat franchise to get an R rating, the first being the animated Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge. For 90s kids, the PG-13 Mortal Kombat movies were a portal into a video game and film franchise that will last for generations. In the style of the video games that kicked off the franchise, the film looks to be very gruesome. McQuoid even reported that he has seen drums of blood just sitting around the set. He was keen to include fatalities that move the story along, and Warner Brothers was in agreement. It is a return to the intensity of the video game, which were enough to have you playing while hiding behind the couch. If you felt let down by Mortal Kombat Annihilation, dialing down the intensity, this cinematic outing will provide redemption and then some. With violence at the center of the movie, it is clear to see why this Mortal Kombat reboot is definitely not for children. Rest assured, the movie won't use blood for laughs, but to provoke a visceral reaction from the audience. In good news for fans, early reviews have called this movie gleefully violent. Prepare to sit in front of the screen in shock and horror. Next is that the actors went to inspiring lengths to really embody their Mortal Kombat characters. Next up, we have uncovered how the Mortal Kombat actors threw themselves into some method acting to inhabit their characters. Max Huang was very conscious of the fact that he is the first to portray Kung Lao in a live-action movie. Determined to do the role justice, Huang undertook some unusual research. To get familiar with Kung Lao's signature headpiece, Huang made a replica cardboard hat and began practicing moves with it. While the makeshift brim may have helped Huang rehearse Kung Lao's deadly tricks, the actor received a shock when it came to trying on the real thing. Huang flew out to New Zealand for a fitting of the actual on-screen hat and was surprised at how heavy it was. He had to change his style and tactics to accommodate the cumbersome accessory. Joining Max Huang in becoming the character is Joe Taslim. The martial artist was the very first actor to be cast in this Mortal Kombat film when he won the role of Sub-Zero. In a sad turn of events, he was left waiting to get stuck in for almost a decade as the film languished in development for 9 years. During this time, Taslim's commitment never wavered. He immersed himself in research and lived and breathed all things Sub-Zero. He even crammed in bursts of mythology in between takes on set to keep the character firmly in the Mortal Kombat universe. Lastly is a whole basket of Mortal Kombat Easter eggs. What would a spring release movie be without a few fan favorite Easter eggs? Todd Garner has teased that there will be hundreds of video game and mythology references for us eagle-eyed viewers to spot. We turned detective, cast our keen eyes over the trailer, and gathered the juicy clues for you. Way back in the 1993's arcade sequel, Mortal Kombat 2, we were introduced to Outworld Warlord Shao Kahn. The imposing villain's statue can be spotted at 1 minute 37 seconds in the trailer. We already know that this movie will place a new character at the center, Louis Tan's Cole Young, but that doesn't mean that Liu Kang can't steal a slice of the limelight. In the trailer, we see the heroic Shaolin monk generate a fiery dragon. Doesn't this make you think of the Animality finisher, in which Liu himself becomes a dragon to viciously maul the poor defeated opponent? The move played a key role in the climax of 1997 movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation and looks to play a part in this reboot. If throwback references weren't enough, the trailer also treats us to glimpses of secret characters not previously announced. Goro, the half-human half-human, half-dragon champion of Mortal Kombat, will appear as a CGI villain in the 2021 movie. The Shao Kahn warrior, who also made a guest appearance in the 2018 film Ready Player One, will be voiced by Angus Sampson. In a blink-and-you'll-miss-it cameo, we spotted a character we have set eyes on before. Black Dragon assassin Cabal was introduced in Mortal Kombat 3 as an associate of Kano. Known for his signature mask, hood, and Chinese hook swords, the trailer shows him in a fight scene with Liu Kang. Also throughout the film and hidden in plain sight will be references to Sub-Zero graffiti and the names of video game creators Ed Boon and Scott Tobias. As for the rest, we'll need to wait for the US release date of April 23rd.